I knew what my thesis was, which came from the reports, the mass media reports, which was that the reason that the local people hated the encampment was that it was an economic drain on the community. And I said, utter nonsense. Nothing I ever heard in the whole time I was there from either the encampment or the local community had anything to do with the economic impact. And it had been, that's the story that got retranslated and sent out, that this is why they hated the encampment women. So my job, I thought, was to go in and find out what were the reasons that the local people didn't like the encampment women. I was taking that as my premise because I thought it was a pretty good premise. It was pretty easy to prove. And it turned out, I thought I was able to show that they didn't like them because they were challenging the category of women, of what women were supposed to be. Not just that, what they expected local women to be, but what they thought women in general were supposed to be. And that was that's not what I had gone in to find out. I just knew that the first premise was wrong, but I didn't know what the answer was. And the answer came mostly from the local people who were very open about talking to me about it. They didn't have any interest in hiding what they thought what the problem was, and it got repeated over and over again in all the different ways I think that I documented. So it was an eye-opener for me to find out that I hadn't expected exactly this, but I expected that it was something other than you cost them money. In fact, the encampment did not cost them money. They ended up with a big influx of money from the federal government. So